Welcome back into the Blazers Uprise postgame show. We'll try this again with part 2. If you're watching this back after the fact, part 1 lagged out. If you stuck with us here in the live chat, we appreciate you. Once again, this postgame show brought to you by Manta Sleep Mask. Use promo code UPRISE, 10% off your Manta order. If the stream lags out again, we will probably just call it a night. Earlier streams are always worse for whatever reason, and 6:30, 7 p.m. stream, definitely not the best. And every time I test the internet, the call with Eric never drops out, but the stream will end, and I test the internet, and it gives us like a random server, and it's just, I don't understand. It's good old Xfinity stuff. Drives me absolutely crazy. So
You have been lagging out a little bit on Skype too lately.
Yeah, little bit, but it doesn't drop the call, and you can still pretty much understand me for the most part. So I don't know. YouTube, it ends the stream. It sucks. I wish it would just let us come back, but is what it is. We're gonna be live for about 30 minutes. I mean, where we left off, I was talking about Banton. I pretty much gave all my thoughts on him. I was pretty much done with what I was saying anyway. Expectations next year shouldn't necessarily just be based on what he's done this year, because it is going to be in a different role. And I feel like he's maybe a prime candidate to get a little bit overhyped based on what he's doing right now. And he's going to be challenged with less of an on-ball role next year, most likely, given some of the better young guards the Blazers have. Anyway, Eric, where do you want to go next?
Well, I did want to bring up something you mentioned earlier in the last stream. You said you were talking about how they would respond to the 60-point loss and stuff. Yeah. And on the Blazers broadcast, they said that Chauncey mentioned that Scoot had a fantastic practice the day after, and that he was really locked in and itching to get back and work on his game the next day, which is good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one thing you can do after a loss like that, which is bounce back stronger. Only one way you can respond to adversity and failure is to turn it into motivation, turn it into a positive, turn it into a silver lining at the very least. So they did that. Happy to see that. Rupert today, Eric, his shot looks good. The dribble drive game is the biggest work in progress for him, and that comes with strength, balance, a lot of physical things he maybe needs to work on in order to be more effective as a slasher. But the three-point shot continues to impress. 3 for 6 today from 3, 11 points, 4 for 11 from the field, so he's 1 for 5 inside the arc, and that was just kind of the microcosm of what we've seen of Rupert this season.
Yeah, I mean, I want him to shoot more threes than drives right now. He had that really nice crossover. He laid it up on the left side with the right hand. Still a little unsure of what to do on some of his drives. I think he ended up turning it over a couple times, but I thought he tried to make a good pass over the top of the defense a couple times. Didn't always work out, but you can see him kind of processing the game. And when he starts to do that better, you can see how skilled he might be eventually.
Yep. Matt Cardell says Rupert's so funny when he misses, he really misses. Yeah, he's either sniping or he's airballing or bricking. Like, it's funny how varied his misses are with how well he's made threes. I don't know if that's something we should look into too much. Like, the ball slips a lot on a lot of his misses, it seems, but when it doesn't, it's pretty dialed in, is my guess. He does have a pretty square shot. Seems like he has a little bit more tension than maybe somebody that shoots with more of a turn, but he still knocks him down at a good clip, so I don't really care about how bad the misses are, if that makes sense. Shooting higher percentage from 3 than 2 on the season for Rupert. 40% from 3. You like to see that.
I'll take that. If you told me that before the season, I would take it.
Yeah, absolutely. The dribble drive stuff, he has to work on multiple physical things, and as he improves that, I think he'll be set, man. Jabari Walker, as I said on part 1, filled up the stat sheet, 18, 9, and 5. You had Moses Brown, Duop playing off the bench a little bit. They didn't really do much. Scoot, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 13 points. Who else do you want to touch on?
Well, what did you think of Scoot tonight?
I mean, 5 for 11 inside the arc. Like, he had 9 assists. He had 8 rebounds. He's kind of like a poor man's young Russell Westbrook in a way. Like, Westbrook would always put up triple doubles or close to triple doubles and shoot the ball very poorly and not shoot well from 3, right? Hopefully Scoot isn't that efficient as he gets older. Right now, the 3-point shot is very hit or miss. It sucks because he seemed to have found some consistency before the All-Star break, and since returning from that injury that sidelined him, he hasn't quite found the same consistency, but he's had a couple impressive finishes. I just think, there's nothing he could show me right now, good or bad, outside of completely dominating that would really change my opinion on him. And right now with him, I'm kind of just waiting for the offseason because I want to see what he looks like after an offseason. So I don't really have much to say about him. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I mean, obviously, I think it was 1 for 9 or something in the first half. So shot the ball much better in the second half.
I do like that he bounces back from tough shooting first halves.
Yeah.
He shows some resiliency, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he made some nice passes in this game. Obviously, still turning the ball over a lot, but yeah, I think his vision's there. A little better spacing or a big that attacks the rim a little more. You can maybe see him be even better even at this stage of his game. Yeah, I thought he was fine, other than obviously missing shots.
Yep, I agree. Chris Murray 1 for 4. I mean, that's the Chris Murray typical 3-point shooting line. Eric 1 for 4. Did have 3 steals in this game. 1 for 3 inside the arc. 2 for 7 for the game from the field. I mean, he's still shooting 27% from 3. It hasn't really been improving. What were your thoughts on his game? He didn't really do much, so I'd understand if you don't have much to say.
I mean, I've been trying to keep an open mind with him, but he's been not very good these last few games, and yeah.
Yeah. Defensively too, he does make some mistakes. I feel like people just think he's super solid on that end and doesn't make mistakes and is a good defender. I mean, he's solid for a rookie, Eric, but he does make some mistakes. He's not. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's good on that end whatsoever.
Well, compared to Scoot and Banton, this guy is all defense right now because I lost track of how many times Banton fell asleep off ball in this game defensively. It was rough, man. You could have, between those two, you could have had a whole season worth of Shackton if Orlando finishes a few of those plays or makes better passes to the cutters.
I will say this, though. At least Banton was like a Matisse Thybulle style game of falling asleep off the ball, but then also getting 5 stocks.
But that's... So Banton, late in this game, he had a block on a reverse lay-in. I think it was by Gary Harris. He got completely, he just fell asleep completely. Gary Harris cut, and he was just stuck in quicksand. Didn't even see him cut, but somehow recovered to block the shot on the other side of the hoop. That was impressive.
Yeah, I'll
at
say
least he stayed with it, but
yeah, I'll say this though, this isn't to excuse anyone. Chauncey Billups' teams are awful off the ball defensively.
Oh, of course.
Horrible. Horrible.
It's just, I mean, we're talking about these guys in the frame of contributing to a winning team eventually, and the amount of off-ball mistakes they make just feel like it's a long ways before any of these guys out there can really impact a game or be neutral enough defensively to be on the court in key situations.
Yeah, I mean, my upload speed is 0.1. That's horrible. My goodness.
Hello? I think we're back.
Dude,
We're back, bruh.
Yeah, so my upload speed isn't 0.2 anymore. Sick. I love it. I've started testing my internet when we go down, and it's just upload speed drops to 0.2 Mbps. What is that? Megabytes per second? Which you need like 10 to stream. When it's good, it'll be like 30. And it'll just randomly dip for literally no reason. It's crazy. I'm tired. I will never do an Xfinity ad read unless they... no. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't advertise this crap, man. This product pisses me off. Anyway. Taylor, yeah, I'm gonna look into that. So... yeah, because my goodness, it's ridiculous out here. Anyway, Eric, any other things from this game before we do Tankathon?
Let's do Tankathon before legs.
Yeah, for real. Goodness sakes. All right. So no soundboard played. Nice. Blazers right now. You're gonna have to let me know if it lags at all. Blazers right now 5th. Charlotte and San Antonio tied for 3rd. 1 game away from the Blazers. The Blazers play Charlotte next on Wednesday. That's a monumental tanking game right there. Blazers lost 10 in a row. Bested by Toronto. They've lost 13 in a row. Golden State, unfortunately, has won 4 in a row. Houston lost their last game, so now there's 2 games of separation there. Let's simulate it, score it from the bottom, and pray we can make it all the way back up to the top. 14
Freaking
is...
game yesterday, man. San Antonio should have beat Golden State.
I know. That would
But
have
they
been
sold.
huge. That would have been huge. Blazers get the Warriors pick at 13. 12. Well, I guess we're glad it didn't move up because Chicago has fallen down a spot to 12 and Houston is in the top 4. 11 is Atlanta. 10 is Utah. 9 is Houston via Brooklyn. So they get 2 top 10 picks. 8 is Memphis. 7 is San Antonio via Toronto. 6 is your Portland Trailblazers. That is boring. No! Not only lag, but we don't even move up into the top 4. At 5 is San Antonio. At 4, Charlotte. At 3, Detroit. At 2, Houston. And at 1 is the Washington Wizards. So Houston...
And there we are. It's back. Yeah. Tori? Unmute.
Oh, I was just watching my upload speed rise as we came back. I just watched it go from 1 to 30. It was kind of cool. Anyway, we can't stream longer with the internet being this freaking crappy. I need a new provider. I'll see what I can do. Because Xfinity is absolutely killing me right now. The threat to end the stream brought it back. No, we're ending it. Eric, any final words for this game?
Klingon's in the top 3.
Hell no. We'll talk about
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to leave you with this. Draft night 2024. The Blazers leave with Ricochet and Zach Edey at 13. Your thoughts?
I mean, Mike Schmitz is not it. Like,
You know that's what's going to happen now, right?
if we got like Ricochet at 7, okay.
What if it's like 2 and 13 or something?
I don't like
Did
it.
you
If
see
it's 1, then I throw up.
Did you see Gavoni's today?
No.
He didn't like simulate or anything. He just kept us at 5, 13. And we took Toppich at 5 and Zach Edey at 13. What do you think of that, Tori?
That's disgusting, bro. This dude worked with Schmitz too. I'm scared.
Yeah, like I would typically say, he's just throwing crap out there, but he was the person who in January of last year said that Brandon Miller was higher on some teams' boards than Scoot and moved him up to 2 on his big board.
Yeah.
So that ends up being correct.
Yeah. That's what we end this disaster of a stream with.
But see, this is what's going to happen, Tori. It's going to be some BS like that, and we're going to be all pissed off, and then we're going to get you guys are negative about anything that happens.
Literally, anybody that says that, I'll be like, go view my big board before the draft. Maybe I'm wrong, because everybody is going to be right and wrong about draft projections, but, I set the standard before. I've told you guys which players I like, which players I don't like, which players I kind of like. So if they draft the players that I don't like, I'm not going to like it, obviously. If they draft the players I like, I'm obviously going to like it. So it's literally that simple. Not predetermined or anything. It's funny how people think we maniacally predetermine all our opinions to touch upon little emotions within people to outrage them and then get them to tune into the stream and then keep coming back, and we pull strings like we're puppeteers in order to get the subscriber base we got. That's what people act like. Crazy stuff. But dude, I'm not pulling any strings. I can't even get my internet to work properly. So what are we talking about?